Let's see. Are we on? Testing. Is this mic working? Yes, we are. And we are live on MiamiMicRadio.com. And I was excited, so I'm on here like 3 minutes early.
Oh, yay.
It's 3 minutes early, yes. Well, you know what? I had to make sure that we got on 3 minutes early because the technical difficulties, my last two shows, aggravated me to the point where it's going to drive me to drink. So
I understand. Well, it's, because I work in a school and we need technology, and I say technology is only good when it works.
Yeah, this is very true, like everything else, yes. Right? So you're listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMicRadio.com, and my very special co-host this evening is Tracey Katz.
Hi, hello everyone.
Yes, and so last week I had Tia and Zori, and we had the Bronx, 3 Bronx girls.
Okay.
And poor Dory, I had to run defense or offense, so that she could get a word in between me and Tia.
Okay.
It was a little difficult, but it was
poor
just
Dory.
Yeah, I know. I started singing Dora, Dora, Dora the Explorer, which she really loves.
Does she?
And whenever you see her, make sure you sing that.
Oh. She's probably gonna hit me.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. But I want to introduce, I talk much with my new tongue. I want to introduce you guys to Tracey.
Hello.
So Tracey and I, we go, well, wait a second. Is it 7 o'clock? No, it's 6:58. So we just have to kill 2 minutes. We just got to keep yapping now. We can't go into that yet. We have to talk about, if you guys are tuned in, we are on, we have a Facebook Live feed going on in the group, Real Talk with Karen Stacy, and then there's also a feed in the group as well. So feel free to chime in. I do have the iPad closer to me, so I can kind of see what you guys are writing, which is a little bit better than last time, right. When I couldn't see anything.
Steve said he could hear us loud and clear.
Okay,
everything's
great.
Working. Fantastic.
We sound good. We sound clear. Thank you so much for the input. I'm happy to hear that. And today is Tuesday, October 16th. So, since we are pre-gaming halfway because we have a minute, my half birthday is in 2 days.
Oh.
So I need, we got to celebrate.
Yeah. That's
my half birthday.
You do the half birthdays.
Yep, my mom always did it for me, and
that's nice.
I do it for my son.
I never did that.
Yeah, so now I'm a half a year closer. I think I'm gonna stop doing that.
I don't usually worry about my birthday till about a month before.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about it, but
not worried, but think about it. Like, what am I gonna do? Where am I going this year?
Yeah.
What are my plans?
Yeah. Well, this year you had
your own birthday party. I had a very nice birthday party at the Copacabana. I loved it.
Yeah.
Because I said, what am I going to do? And then when that body mechanic party came up, I was like, I'm there.
Yep.
And I invited people, and I had a great time.
Yes.
It was great.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And it is officially 7 o'clock, which means that it is officially Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMicRadio.com. So I want to, Tracey, we got to, how long do I know you?
It's how long were you with your husband? When did you start dating your husband?
91.
Okay. So I must know you at least since 92. Maybe I didn't know you immediately. But I remember when you guys were dating.
Yeah.
I knew you when you were dating.
And we lived across the street from you, right?
Yeah.
You
I lived on Colden Avenue, yes.
Because I remembered, I don't, we saw each other, but we didn't actually hang out, did we?
Not really, no.
No.
I didn't, I knew Joey, and we knew the same people, and we were in the same circle of friends, but we weren't always at the same places at the same time.
You just, because he was, I don't know, you're not a rocker, right?
I hung out with them once in a while. I used to go with the flow. I used to hang out with the Guidos and the Guidettes, and then I used to go with the rockers.
Okay.
And then sometimes I was just with the girls.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, I was. I do much more Guidos now than I ever did, and that didn't sound right at all. I didn't mean it like that. Maybe I do. I don't know. Well, it's all good. It's all good.
Whatever.
Okay. But Tracey, you happen to be like a huge MMR supporter.
I try. When I first got introduced to it, I liked it. It was different. And I love music. I love to dance. I love freestyle. But what I like about it is that it's not just freestyle. It's, Anthony Mangini will play all kinds of other stuff. Yep. He pulls these songs like from the woodwork and throws something on, and you can dance to it. And that's what I really like. I just want to dance and I want to have a good time. I love the events, and everything's local. It's easy to get to. And what I like about it is that I don't have to rely on anybody to get me there.
Yep.
I could get there by myself, whether I take an Uber or whether I drive. And I don't, a lot of my friends, they work or they have children. They can't hang out on Saturday night. So I go by myself.
Right. Yeah, me too. You and me, we go out a lot.
I know that when I get there, there's going to be people there and I'm going to be safe. And then when I leave, there's like 6 people that'll like text me when you get home. I need to know you got home. And I do. I usually 90% of the time I remember.
You do. I know.
Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, did I remember to text them?
I know. You did though, because we text a couple of times like that.
And then it's fine. It's like, I don't have to worry. And I'm not like, oh, is somebody there I'm going to know?
Right.
And then also, I don't have to think about the music.
Right.
Like, is the DJ going to be good?
Right.
Am I going to dance all night? Am I going to stand there?
Right.
I hate going out when the music is not good.
Right. But
then I feel like I wasted my time.
Right. But now think about it though. One of the hardest things about that is finding the right pair of shoes. Because now you want to look cute and you want to have the shoes on. And now you can't dance all night in your cutest shoes all the time.
The shoes I had on this past Saturday night, they were like 3-hour shoes.
You can't bring 3-hour shoes.
I did all right until the end. Then I had to take them off to walk to my car. And I hate to do that. I don't like to take my shoes off. I like to keep them on all night.
Yeah.
But most of the shoes I buy, they all have a platform. That's the key to being comfortable as a platform. They're all 4-inch heels.
Yep.
And I do good most of the time.
Yes, no, and you do. And I think there was one, was it the Copa, that both of our feet were killing us, remember?
Those are dinner shoes.
Yeah.
The ones I had the first time at the Copa.
Yeah.
When Anthony Mangini played with the
that night.
Those were my Steve Maddens. Yes. They're gorgeous shoes, but they're for dinner.
Or only. To be in the air.
Yeah, that's true. Because by the end of I was like, my feet are numb.
Yes, that's exactly.
But Anthony was like, I love your shoes, girl.
Yes, I love men that appreciate good shoes.
Yes,
and they did. They always appreciate the shoes.
Men notice things. See, people think men don't notice. They notice your hair. They know when you colored it, when you cut it. They do. Some men just don't comment on it, but
that's true. But
most men notice.
Well,
compliments are nice though. Keep them coming. Yeah, you like that.
Yes, please. Well, Trace, tell everybody a little bit more about you. You said we were talking about the pronunciation and all that.
Yes. So. Well, born and raised in the Bronx. I actually only lived 2 blocks away from where I grew up. Yeah. So I moved away from that neighborhood. I came back. I've lived in different areas in the Bronx, but
every time I try to get out,
I always say back. Eventually I'll probably leave the Bronx, only because it's parking and everything else, and the quality of life. Sometimes it's not the neighborhood. That doesn't bother me. I'm not in a bad neighborhood. It's different from when I grew up, but it's still a good neighborhood, I think. But when I come home at night and I can't find parking, that's just aggravating.
Right.
So, eventually maybe I'll move, or, when I retire, I'd like to be in a warmer state.
There you go.
I love Nevada or Arizona, or maybe even Florida. I'm not really a beach person, but when I go away on vacation, I'm a beach person. Okay. So I could become a beach person.
Okay.
But I also like a cabin in the woods. That's nice too. With a fireplace and a porch with like a swinging little thing that I could just drink my dirty martinis on.
There you go.
That's what I want.
There you go.
But I'm 47.
Okay.
Which I was just talking to someone that I work with that I used to work with, and now we're working together again. And he didn't realize how old I was. And he said something about me having children. I'm like, that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
He said, but how old are you? I said, 47. He said, no.
Yeah, you don't look 47.
So I'm 47. When I'm 50, I'm going to throw a big party. I have to start saving now.
Okay.
Anthony Mangini is going to DJ my 50th birthday party. So Anthony, if you're listening, we're booking it. We're going to book it today.
Yeah, Anthony's going to be busy the next couple of years. We're all going to be turning 50. Yeah, we're all getting there.
We're all turning 50.
MMR is going to be busy.
Yes. So I am divorced. I've been divorced almost 6 years.
Wow. Okay.
I was with my husband for 19 years. we were together for 12 years before we even got married.
Wow.
And then after 7 years of marriage, I was like, I think I'm done. You know, series of things happened, and, you know, I just wasn't happy, and I just felt like, you know, life is too short to not be happy. So he's gonna DJ your 60th birthday. What is that? That's like 12 years, right? You got about 12 years.
Yeah.
Hi, Dory. Dory's there.
Okay, so you were married.
I was married. I was done. You know, things happen in a marriage, and people are like, you know, you got to work on stuff. But two of my biggest pet peeves are cheating and lying.
Those are the only two things that are a game changer.
He lied really big. Okay. Like, it was for like a year.
Oh, boy. Okay.
And, you know, women are detectives, and I had all these inklings, and I kept questioning him about stuff. Every couple of months, I would come back to the issue, and he kept up with the lie.
Okay.
Until, you know, I further investigated, and once I had, like, hardcore proof, I finally was like, listen, you know, and he came clean. But by then, it was like the damage was done.
Of course.
So, he moved out, I filed the papers, and 3 or 4 months later, we were divorced. And then it was, you know, I was 41, and I was suddenly single, suddenly really living by myself for the first time, because I went from living at home to living with him, back to living at home, back to living with him. I had never lived alone.
Gotcha.
So that was a, you know, learning experience of just, you know, being comfortable with being home alone. And I actually enjoy being home alone. Sometimes on a Friday night, I'm just sitting on my couch with my cat, you know, and I'm happy, and I'm either listening to music or I'm watching TV, and I'm fine with that. See, people think like, you know, she's the party girl now. I do go out a lot. I go out a lot now. I go out way more than I ever did in my 20s, in my 30s. I used to go out here and there. Right. Now I go out all the time because I'm enjoying life.
Good for you.
I am enjoying life.
Good for you.
I love being in my 40s.
But now you're a Jamaican. You got like 16 job, man. So what do you do?
I do. I work a lot. I'm a speech teacher in the Board of Ed. I work in special education. And I also work in catering in a restaurant. And I used to do home instruction. I've always had a second job. So I've just done different second jobs throughout the whole time. So I like to make money. I don't want anybody to have to like take care of me. Mm-hmm. I like to be self-sufficient.
Financially.
You could take care of me in other ways.
There you go. Damn, Skippy.
But, you know, I could pay all my own bills. If I want to go out, I go out. I have money to go to dinner, for drinks, with friends, the movies, vacation. I've gone on vacation alone, which I never thought that I would be that type of person that would just take off and go. Right. I've been on 3 vacations now by myself.
Wow.
And I loved it. I did what I wanted to do. I laid by the beach. I'm into, well, you know, like mediums and like psychics and all of that. So I've done Lilydale, New York. If anybody doesn't know what that is, you could look it up. It's like a town of mediums it's all the way upstate, like 6 hours away. And it's like being on this college campus of just mediums, and it's so peaceful and beautiful. And I've gone there twice, and that was great. And I keep saying I'm going to go back. I just haven't made it in 2 years, but I'm going to go back there. And, you know, I've been on beach vacations by myself, and it's great. I love it. And you clear your head, you come back and you're nice and refreshed. And you don't have to like argue with people. Do you want to go to the beach? Do you want to go eat? Do you want to go
That's what I was going to say. That's definitely, even with going out at night, like that's so nice. Like you want to leave, you leave. You want to go, you go. Like that's the beauty of, you know, being comfortable in your own skin and being able to go out and be by yourself and be okay with that. Like, you know, sometimes, I mean, I would go out with, you know, someone and, you know, they were done. Well, I'm not done. So then, okay, you go home. I'm staying out. I'm having fun. So it's definitely different, but you also have to be at peace with yourself in order to do that.
Right.
You know?
I brought a book. I finished a book while I was there. I did that during the day, and then, you know, like I went to the beach in the morning. I went to the pool in the afternoon. I ate my dinner when I wanted to. I made sure I had a room with a balcony.
There you go.
At night, I drank my wine.
That's my favorite. I love that.
I brought my little Bluetooth speaker with me. And
outside,
every night I had on MiamiMikeRadio.com. Every night. I caught all the shows during the week because I was there like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And no, it was a Monday through Thursday. So I caught all the shows for the week.
Okay.
And I just drank my wine. And when I was ready to go to bed, I went to bed. And when I woke up early, I did yoga.
Yoga?
Because they had yoga on the beach where I was.
That's awesome. Hey, listen.
And I did it, and I had a great time.
Good for you. So you just said before you have no children.
No children.
Okay, so that makes being on the beach by yourself easier.
I always thought I'd be a mom. It just didn't happen for whatever reason. And so now that I'm older, I'm glad that I don't have them because either I would love to have like a 25-year-old son or no children at all. Yeah. I don't want to be dealing with a 4-year-old right now. I have 2 nephews and I love them to death. Yeah. But I can send them home. Yeah. When I'm done with them.
Absolutely.
So I, take them places, do things with them, and then that's it. They go home. But I don't have any responsibilities other than my kitty.
Yeah. So and responsibilities are no joke.
Yes.
I just want to remind you guys that you were listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. And we are listening to beautiful Tracey.
Thank you. Bill Cole said he loves the Bronx accent.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 of them. There's definitely a lot of Bronx accents in the house right now. So, But so now, what I really wanted to talk about today, I mean, there's a couple of things that I want to talk about, right? But one of the main things is like what it's like dating in your 40s. You're not newly divorced, but you're saying within the... So, it takes time to get your feet, to get your footing back so that you know who you are again. Because like you said, you were out of your mom's house, with him. So you never really established yourself because when you're with someone, you always have to gel, if you will, right? So you bend a little bit and not that you're unhappy with what you're doing, but you have to bend to this other human being and they form you as well instead of you forming just yourself.
And when I first got divorced, I had a male friend that I used to, bounce off ideas with. And he said to me, I recommend that you don't get into a relationship right away. Because when I was younger, I always had a boyfriend. Right. So I basically went from one relationship to the next. I never really dated. I didn't, figure out, how boys were and how they acted or what they did. So he said...
You're lucky.
I know. He said, I just think you should see what's out there. And I don't think you should settle down so quickly and, start dating the first person, committed. Like, don't be committed right away. And I took his advice. And there's only been maybe 2 people that I seriously dated in the last 6 years. And, it was a learning experience. It didn't necessarily work out the way I wanted it to or the way that it was supposed to because obviously I'm still single.
It worked out the way it was supposed to. It just didn't work out the way you thought.
It's only maybe in the last 6 months that I think I got it like figured out for the most part of what I'm willing to accept, not accept. But it's not even just dating because I think when you want to date someone, it's because you think it's going to be serious. Like someone that you think maybe you could have a relationship with. And I don't know if I want a relationship right now. I'm enjoying just dating and hanging out and meeting people and going for dinner and going for drinks, and that's okay, not necessarily like having a boyfriend. Right. Because I have a male friend that got divorced and was married again within 6 months, and I'm like, how are you getting married again?
Because you're trying to replace one thing with the other.
I just think he couldn't be alone. That's what I'm okay with being alone. Right. And, I've dated different people and I've, had fun with different people, and I enjoy that too. And there's always that stigma, like a guy could sleep with 100 women and that's okay. Right. And then a girl could sleep with like 50 guys and that's terrible. Yep. And I don't like that.
Yep. Well, it's funny because, I that's fast forwarding to where I was going to be right now, but we'll segue into that. We grew up in a very like Italian neighborhood, right? And I remember the guys, like they would talk like, that girl, man, she makes me, I got blue balls, she don't give it up, she's a good girl, and all that nonsense, right? Mm-hmm. And like, that's how we were brought up. Mm-hmm. So women, I was talking to a friend of mine today, and like, so you raise your daughters to be respectful of themselves, a good girl, all of these things. And then we grow up and now we're women and now we don't know what to do with all that stuff, right? Because we're told that that's not acceptable. You are not supposed to, behave that way. Right. You're not supposed to like sex, right? You're not supposed to need it. You're not supposed to want it. You're just supposed to, be submissive and, you know what I mean? So I think that when we grow up that way and we're raised to think that way, how do we break out of that and not have that stigma where a guy is a stud and a girl's a whore? Right. So, now, if you want to go and you want to hang out, you just said you didn't want to, maybe you don't want a relationship. Right. That doesn't mean that you're sleeping. Well, even if you are sleeping with everybody and their father, who cares? But if you do that, now you're... Right.
Well, people assume, first of all...
Absolutely.
I could hang out with 20 guys. I might never have slept with any of them. Right. Or only one out of the 20. But if I choose to sleep with 5 out of the 20, that's my business. Yeah. And as long as I'm not hurting myself, hurting them, hurting anyone else, it's really none of anybody else's business. I should be able to do that because I'm a grown woman that's able to make my own decisions and take care of myself. So what goes on behind closed doors should be nobody's business but me and the guy. Right. Well, and that works great if the guy, if it's a mutual thing. Don't knock the table over. Sorry. No, go ahead. You want to move it? No. It's got to be a mutual. It's got to be a mutual thing, right? And that's what being an adult. To me, that's what being an adult is, right? Put your cards out on the table. What did I put up? You saw the thing I put up yesterday, and it said, and it had she was cleaning a gun. It was the one from that movie. It was the guy dressed up as a girl, and and it said, don't talk to me if you got a baby mama and this. Yeah, you're talking to somebody. You got a wife. You're still sleeping with your ex. Sleep with your ex. You're still in love with your ex. You're still whatever. Everybody has that though these days. You know what though? I don't get that. You need to move on. You know what I mean? Or be upfront about what you. Your be upfront about your baggage. What are your intentions? Your intentions and your baggage. That's it. Well, if you have baggage, just let me know, and I'll make my own decision. Do I want to deal with his baggage, or do I not want to deal with his baggage? Well, I don't think that people present their baggage because they know that it's not going to end well. So I think that you're better off at least just with intentions, at least. But this is the funny thing. If you meet guys and you tell guys, I don't think I'm looking really for a relationship. This is cool. We'll hang out. They're going to want you that much more. Yeah. No. Because you're not looking... Most of them don't want a relationship. Most men... Nobody... That I meet anyway. I'm not going to speak for all men. Right. But when I meet a lot of guys, they don't want a girlfriend. They want to do their own thing. And this is why I don't understand some of the cheating that goes on. Because most men will say to you, if a guy's in a relationship... See, the thing is... They don't want their girlfriend out there sleeping with somebody else. Right. So they commit to this one girl, but then they're out doing their own thing. But there are girls out there that'll be like, okay, I'll date you and you're going to do you and I'm going to do me. Right. And we'll do each other. Right. And, that's the way that it is. And I think now that's how things are. People are in, Christina posted a meme and it was like a situationship. This is the new term now. That's cool. So where you're hanging out with somebody, they're more than a friend with a benefit. Right. So you sleep over with them and you go to dinner with them and you're sleeping with them, but you're not in a relationship. Nobody wants to talk about feelings, but you do have feelings, but you don't want to discuss it. So this is the new thing now. But see, you're right, and I'm glad you put that into words because to me, what that is it's no accountability. That's what that means. It means we're gonna sleep together, and we're not sleeping with it. And to my understanding, we're not sleeping with anybody else. We're sleeping together. We're not sleeping around. But you're not my girl. You're not my guy. So we can do things like a couple, except without being a couple. Right. Except not. Sometimes in those situations, one or both do have someone else that they're sleeping with. Oh well, that's different. But that's less often than the main squeeze. Oh, I see. Right. So you might have a no strings attached person that hits you up once in a while that comes around and when they call you, you're there for them because you're like, oh, I like him or I like her.
Right.
And you'll hang out with them and you just won't see the other one that night.
Right. Okay. I gotcha. Well, that's what I was going to actually, that was going to be one of my questions was, what do you think that men are looking for? And like, what are women looking for? So like, are we all looking for that? Like, what the hell is, like, what are we doing?
Well, women and men are very different.
Really?
Really very different.
They're from Mars, we're from Venus.
But the thing is, women are becoming more like men.
Yes.
I think.
We've discussed this on my show a number of times.
So, some women don't want to be in a relationship. They don't want to be tied down. They want to see what's out there. They want to do their own thing. And so, you don't want to commit. I'd rather not commit and be upfront and say, I don't want a relationship. And then I know I could do my own thing. And we don't have to discuss it. I don't want you to question me. Well, if I say I can't see you on Friday night, don't ask me what I'm doing.
Right.
It's none of your business.
Right.
I can't see you.
Right.
That's all you got to worry about.
I'm busy.
Are we hanging out on Saturday? Sure. Okay, fine.
Right.
You know? And I'm not going to ask you either.
Right.
Because I don't really care.
Right. Well, good for you that you don't care.
You know, all I ask in anything that I do in the decisions that I make for myself is, like, I'm trying to be a safe adult.
Right.
I'm trying to do things responsibly and be a grown-up and, you know, we're informed about things, you know, getting pregnant or getting sexually transmitted diseases.
Right.
You know, you got to be safe and you got to ask questions about that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
If we're not exclusive, what are we doing?
Exactly. Where has that been?
Right. You know?
Right. No, of course. And that's the whole thing is because now you're trusting someone else's judgment,
right.
basically,
exactly.
you know? And then God forbid you see what they're around and you're really like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets kind of scary. I just want to remind you guys that you are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. And we are listening to Tracey and we are discussing, dating in your 40s, right? Everything. And I think that another thing that, and we'll go back to some of those other things, but I think another thing too is about being comfortable in your own skin.
Yes.
Now, you, like, you know, you just said I'm 47, right? Mm-hmm. And I always say I'm 48, you know, I mean, because I am, but, you know, you got to own it. Right. You got to own it. And so many people like, why do you tell people how old you are? I'm like, because.
Why lie?
Right.
What's the point?
Because the odds are that if I'm 48 and I tell you I'm 48, maybe you're going to say I look good for my age. If I say I'm 40, you're going to be like, she don't look that good.
She's a little old for her age.
Yeah, she's a little old for her age.
Yeah, I got carded one night. I forget where I was going. I got carded at a strip club. That I know. I went with friends to a strip club and I got carded not too long ago. And the guy kept looking at my ID and looking at me, and he thought that I was lying, trying to make myself older than what I was.
Right.
And he was like, "This is not your license, ma'am." And I was like, "Yes, it is my license."
Dude.
Like, why would I have a fake? First of all you have to be is 21 to even get into these places.
Exactly.
So I'm certainly not going to make myself 44 or 43, whatever I was at the time.
Right.
Just to get in.
Right.
I would have made myself 30 if that was the case.
Right, right.
But, you know, they don't believe me. And the thing is, I don't go in the sun a lot. I try to take care of myself. And one of the reasons why I think I'm comfortable now is, one, because you start not to really care when you get older. You just don't care what other people think. That's number one. You don't worry about what everybody's saying about you. You don't care if, you know, people are like, oh, why is she wearing that? And, you know, I try to keep it classy.
Because you own it. That's why.
I always dress a certain way. I feel like if I have a little bit of cleavage, you can't see nothing underneath. If I'm showing my legs, I don't show up a lot of, you know, boob.
Right.
I choose one.
Right.
And I stick with that.
You don't want to overwhelm us with your sexiness. I don't want
to do that. And then also because when I was younger, and I said this when I was on the Loyal Listener show with Mayhem a couple of weeks, like a month ago now, I was chubby when I was younger.
Okay.
And so all of my friends were the pretty girls that were getting all the guys, and I was like the fat girl. And people would say, "You're so pretty, if only you lost so much weight, you know, some weight." And that used to drive me crazy because it was like, oh, you know, you can't accept me for me. And I didn't like that. So I had low self-esteem.
Yep.
And once I had a boyfriend, I like latched onto him like, oh, this guy likes me, I'm going to stay with him. And sometimes those weren't always like good relationships.
No, obviously not. You can't latch onto anything.
So now, you know, I've developed a healthier lifestyle. I do go to the gym, not as much as I should, but you know, I am very comfortable in who I am now. I feel like I look the best that I've ever looked, and I get a lot of compliments, and that's beautiful. It's great, but I feel better even without the compliments.
As it should be.
So now, when I go out, you can see the confidence, I guess, which attracts more people to you. Of course. Because when you're confident, you're sexy.
Right.
So I feel better than I ever felt before. And I love going out and being in my 40s and having a good time. And I'm just loving life right now.
And I think that's why, like, the younger guys go for, like, the older women, because I think that that's what they find the most attractive, and that's what they want. Because, I mean, think about it. I mean, look, I don't care. You could be in the greatest shape, and I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general.
Right.
A 48-year-old that's in great shape and a 22-year-old girl that's in great shape, I'm sorry, you know, there's no comparison.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So, you know, for them to want to be with older women, there's there's a couple of reasons.
Right.
We know the one reason.
We're more experienced.
Mrs. Robinson.
We know how to do things better.
Well, and we know what we like. So it's not, we're not just waiting for them to fiddle around and find it. We're like, wrong place, over here.
To the left. That's true. No, I would say in the last 5 years, I have had more men in their 30s and 20s that have been attracted to me, that have come up to me when I've been out in a club, in a bar, wherever I am.
Yep.
And will say, you know, like, oh my God, I want to take you out, or you're beautiful, or you're this, or you. And I never had that before.
But let me ask you a question. What do you do with that?
Well, it depends. If they're attractive and I think, you know, can I hang out with, you know, like, I'll give everybody a shot. I'll hang out with you once, you know, but you got to keep my attention.
Right.
So, you know, if you say, like, let's meet for a drink, I'm okay with that. But there's got to be a good conversation. If there's no conversation, I can't stay.
Right.
You know, maybe you'll take me to dinner. But then, you know, there's a difference between younger guys and older guys, because older guys, sometimes they know how to treat a woman. Younger guys.
They better.
Younger guys, sometimes they don't know.
Right.
You know, open the door for me.
Right.
You know, let me walk in first.
Yep.
You know, chivalry is not dead.
Yeah. Well.
Help me with my coat.
Yep.
Pick up the check.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that has to be all the time, because I don't mind paying. But you've got to show me something. There's two different sets of younger guys. There's younger guys that'll do all of those things.
Right.
And that are so much fun to hang out with.
Okay.
And if we could have a good conversation, I'm all on that. Because I like to talk.
Right.
Obviously.
I was going to say, I had no idea.
Really? Shocking, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But there's the younger guys, there's this generation of younger guys that they don't want to get caught up in feelings. So
neither do the older ones.
Well, that's true too.
Neither do the older ones that are divorced and all of that.
No,
guys don't like tripping on feelings, period.
That's a whole nother That's a whole nother
That's another 6 hours worth of talking.
There's this set of younger guys that they say, well, I'm feeling the vibe with you. I'm feeling the vibe. The vibe.
See, I've never
So that means, like, you know, I like you, but I don't want to tell you I like you, so I'm going to tell you that there's a vibe between us.
Oh, is that what that means?
But then when you do hang out with them and you really like them, they don't want to kiss you. Because when you kiss, that's when you get feelings for somebody.
Oh, is that that's like Pretty Woman.
Right. Too personal.
Don't kiss. Yeah,
kissing is too personal.
Oh, okay. So what?
So they don't want to kiss.
Well, so wait. So what? Okay.
They just want to really smash you.
Oh, smash. And that's what's see, I'm really behind on this. I don't do younger guys, so I don't have the verbiage. Smashing. Oh, that's just like smashing.
No extracurricular activities involved.
So wait a second. That means so there's no kissing.
No kissing.
As if there's no foreplay?
There's a little bit of foreplay.
What, they stick their finger and go, let's go? Like,
no, nobody does that anymore.
Nobody does that either.
No, nobody does that.
Oh, God. Okay. You see, I'm really behind on times here.
Yeah. It's just actual, like...
I guess I've gotten lucky then.
It's just actual, like,
just
sex.
Actual sex. So just penetration.
Just that.
That's it. Just
That's
stick it in.
No, nothing else.
All right. So wait. So then, okay. So at least if... Okay. So there's no foreplay, there's no kiss, there's none of that stuff. So you basically are just
It's almost like just a quickie.
Okay.
Which is just a waste of time.
Well, I mean, okay. So now wait. So Do you come, or is it
no?
You don't.
I don't.
So what the hell is the point?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
I don't want to be dealing with that.
You see now.
So you got to weed them out. That's the problem. You have to weed out.
So what do you say? I'm sorry. Are you interested in smashing? I do know. I don't smash. Thank you very much. Well,
not initially, but sometimes I'll be like, "Do you kiss?" If the answer is no, then I'm out of there.
See, I have to tell you, I have had a plethora of younger guys trying, and I look at them and I go, what am I going to do with you?
Stay married, Sonia. Stay married.
So I look at them and I go, like, what am I going to do with you? Like, you don't even know. You have no, like, my life has so many folds that, like, where am I going with that? So I don't even entertain it. And plus, when I look at them, they look like, remember, I have a kid. So, right. My son, of course, is only 9. But when I look at them, I feel like they could be my kid. Like, it doesn't work for me. Like, to me, I need the man. Like, I need that alpha, strong man. The one that's going to open the door. The one that's going to pour you a drink for you. The one that's going to freaking walk you to the bathroom.
See, the kiss is the key. That's what Anthony said. That's what if someone kisses me, if I can't kiss you and be turned on and love you, I'm done.
That's no chemistry. Prelude to the kiss.
There's no chemistry.
Done.
I know right away. I don't even need to sleep with you to know that. Done. I could just, if I can't kiss you, we're not going any further.
No, and if I do kiss you and the kiss sucks, then it's not going any further too.
Right.
Because if you can't make your tongue work there, it ain't working anywhere else. So there's just no point at that point.
But there are younger men who will take charge.
Okay.
Like, this is what
they'll take charge to smash you, or they'll take charge to like.
There are younger guys who are very knowledgeable.
Oh.
With certain things.
Oh, so maybe they're reading on the internet.
This is the problem. You got to weed them out.
Oh,
you got to find them. You got to get rid of the ones that are no good. And
okay.
You got to find the ones that are like perfect.
Okay.
Like
perfect.
I recently met this guy, younger than me. He's 26 years old.
You go, girl.
And he said to me, like, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. He's like, I love that you're independent and you have, you work and you don't need anything. He said, I just want to worship you. I want to rub your feet. I want to massage you. He says, and I don't want anything in return. I don't want anything in return. Can we just hang out and I want to rub your feet? And I thought, what have I got to lose? Like, you're going to sit there and rub my feet and I don't have to do anything.
Nice.
So,
as it should be.
We hung out and I had a great time. He rubbed my feet. I got this great foot massage and I just had my dirty martini and he rubbed my feet. He had a glass of wine and it was good. It was great. Why should I not have that?
And you shook hands and left?
Well, we hung out again after that.
Okay, there you go. Well, does he at least kiss?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Very well, I might add.
Okay, yes. So, for anyone out there listening, this is like a, what is that? Not a station identification. It's like a public service announcement.
About dating.
It's a public,
dating and hanging out.
Well, before we go there, I'm starting first with the whole kissing thing because that is alarming. You gotta kiss. I mean, there's no way in hell. I mean, my husband and he had me up against a wall anywhere we were. I don't know if you remember that, but I mean, people used to get disgusted because we were
making
always
out is great.
All over each other. And I don't understand.
That's the problem with married couples too. I think they get away from that. Like it becomes that you don't kiss each other anymore.
It's true.
You should still kiss.
It's true.
Making out is great.
It's very true because life gets in the way and you forget what's actually important.
Let's get real like Tracy Katz gets on Instagram.
I'm getting there. That was my next thing.
I didn't know you paid attention to my Instagram, Anthony.
Oh, listen, Anthony pays attention to everything.
Oh, okay.
So that was, I'm getting to your Instagram.
Okay, my Instagram.
So what I was saying before was, we're raised, our whole life, to be like the submissive, good girl.
Right.
Which I'm not really sure what the hell that means. And then
no, but they want a lady in the street. They want a freak in the bed. So where do you draw the line?
Right, exactly. So that's the whole point because you're a bad girl, you're a slut, and if you're a sexual woman, then what? You're a whore. But isn't that what men, like, exactly, that's what men really want, right?
Men want that.
Yeah, of course they do.
At least to my knowledge, they do.
Well, yeah, and you seem to be very knowledgeable, so we have to go with that. But now, so here's a question on the smashing side of things. The age-old question. Mm-hmm. Like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll lollipop?
For me?
A lot.
The stars have to be aligned. You got to know how to work it.
Okay. But no, that wasn't my question though. Okay. But I like that answer too.
Side note.
I like that answer too though. Okay. But how many dates? Like, is the right amount of, like, remember, like, when we were kids, like, you were supposed to go out a certain amount of time or whatever before you had sex with them. So how many times are you supposed to go out with somebody before you're banging them?
Well,
not to be mistaken now with smashing, because I think smashing is something different.
That's different.
Right.
If I really like someone and I think this could be a relationship, we could go somewhere together and really, be together.
Yeah.
I have a 3-date rule for kissing. Just kissing, not even like having sex. Like,
3-date rule just for kissing?
I have a 3-date rule for kissing. If I really like someone and I really think like, wow, I could really be his girlfriend or date him, it's a 3-date rule.
Okay.
I have a 3-date rule. So I had met a guy and we were dating and I told him this and he was good. He followed my rule because I feel like the first 2 dates you're really getting to know each other.
Absolutely.
Like, you go out to dinner, you're talking.
Right, but again, you got to kiss them because if they can't kiss, then what's the point to get to know them?
But when I get to the third date, I'll kiss you. Okay. And then that's how I know. Like, by the 3rd date, I already know a little bit about you and I know if I, want to continue it further. So then the 3rd date is the kiss. And if the kiss is going to tell me, like, do we have chemistry? Do we not have chemistry? I dated a guy a couple of years back, about 3 years ago. He was so great. I loved hanging out with him. We had great conversation. I really enjoyed being with him. But when he kissed me, I was just like...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I just didn't like it. And I was like, And then I even gave it a 4th date after that.
Right.
Because I was like, I like him.
Right, you got to give him one more try.
I really liked him.
Right.
And we had so much fun together. But then the 4th date, he kissed me again. And I was like, I can't.
Throwing up in your
mouth.
And
I felt so bad.
Yeah, that does suck.
Because I really, really liked him.
Yeah.
Now, as far as sleeping together, if you really like someone, you can't sleep with them right away. You got to make them wait.
So having the one-night stand I had with my husband was bad, huh?
Well, it worked out for you. It wasn't a one-night stand.
I always say it was the longest one-night stand I ever had.
It wasn't a one-night stand. Because there's people that you just sleep with because you want to have fun and hang out. And then there's guys you really think, like, this could be a relationship.
Right.
So you got to hold out.
Right.
And maybe it gets better because you kind of develop feelings for each other a little bit. And then, And then, of course, you could sleep with him, 6 weeks in and be like, oh, I didn't really like it.
Well, and that was going to be my next thing that I was going to say. So, like, if, sex is huge, especially if you're a sexual being, right? So, most of the guys that want to hold your hand and cuddle and bring you flowers, they're not the same guy that's going to throw you up against the wall and choke you while they're talking dirty to you. So,
it depends.
Can you find both?
I've had guys bring me flowers and still choke me.
Oh, okay. See that? So, I mean, but that's necessary, right? Because that's the whole thing. Because you could really like somebody, and this is like real talk. You just said you like this guy. You went out with him 3 times. You gave it a 4th time. He kissed you. You were done. So now, like, that sucks because, like, you could have the perfect chemistry with somebody and then, it's time to play and you don't want to play because he's not
turning you on.
It's not doing what it should be doing. So, it's definitely, I think that that's necessary, right? Because
it is.
All of those things are supposed to be in play.
Yes.
So now we shall segue in. And I just want to remind you guys that you are listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. And we are getting real down and dirty right now. We are talking about dating in your 40s.
Yes.
To make sure the kids, give them some Benadryl, put them to bed, because now it's about to go down.
Kiddies, go to bed.
Put all the kids to sleep.
Got school tomorrow.
And for any family members that are listening, tune out.
Put your headphones on.
Put your headphones on, yeah. What you don't know won't hurt.
Right.
So now like I said, we know each other a long time.
Yes.
And the last time I saw you out, I had said to you, like, I didn't know because, on Facebook you get those things, or on Instagram you get the things, your Facebook friend, Tracy.
Right.
So I click on it. So now I see these posts come up, and I'm like, oh, my virgin eyes. And I'm like, what? And I
don't even think they're that bad. But okay.
You see what I'm saying? You're a dirty girl. I'm a dirty girl. There's nothing wrong with that. But I said to you when I saw the posts, I was kind of like, because I've never slept with you, so I don't know what, how you are. And you have, when you present yourself, like you said, you're a lady. So there's none of that.
Bill Cole wants me to lean in again. My eyes are beautiful. Look.
Oh my, I see that. So I remember saying to you, the Instagram posts are very interesting. And
they're a little
And you said sexual. To me, they're not a little,
okay,
Tracy.
They're a lot.
They're very sexual.
They're a lot.
And you said, well, that's really who I am.
It is. Well, I'm new to Instagram. I've only been on Instagram maybe about, I don't know, a month, 6 weeks, something like that.
I still have no idea what I'm doing with that either, though.
And I someone that's only on Instagram was like, why don't you have Instagram?
Right.
I'm not on Facebook. And
right.
I was like, fine, I'll get it. Because I had been thinking about it for a while. There's a lot of, other things that are on Instagram that I didn't have access to. And so I said, oh, fine, I'll get an Instagram account.
Okay.
But then I thought, when I started looking through Instagram and I started getting followers or following people, whatever it is on Instagram, it's not friends, it's following.
Whatever.
It's following.
Yeah.
I kept seeing the same posts. Everything I saw on Facebook, I saw on Instagram. And I'm like, but everybody's posting the same thing. Because I'm pretty much friends with all the same people.
Right.
But there is this other side of me that I don't really put on Facebook.
Right.
I am a very sexual person. I've always been a big flirt. And I think, you have to get to know me, though. Because I tend to have resting bitch face a little bit. So some people that don't know me are just like, I don't like her. Even at work. I get these things that people say about me, and they don't know me. But then once you get to know me, like, I think I'm fun, and I like to have a good time, and, that's what I'm all about. So I have this sexual side. I've always been this big flirt. And so when I got on Instagram, I said, I'm going to make Instagram the other side of me, and I'm going to post the things, like, I have 2 old phones that have all these memes in them that I never posted.
Okay.
Because they were too much for Facebook, or things I didn't want to put out on Facebook. So then I just said, I'm going to put it out on Instagram. So when I'm feeling a certain way, or I have a certain dream, and I wake up in the morning, I say, oh, I'm going to put this on Instagram.
Right.
And so the funny thing is, I'm getting all these direct messages on on Instagram now of all these people that are like, oh my God, we should hang out, and sending, and I'm like, we were friends on Facebook, and you never hit me up before.
Right, because now they know that
so you think I'm a freak now.
Freaks come out at
now
night,
you want to hang out.
Yep.
Now you want to hang out.
Yep.
And, that's okay, because it doesn't mean I'm going to hang out with you. I appreciate all the messages, and I do look at them and everything. But, I just wanted it to be the other side of me, because there is another side of me. And
I think that it's safe to say that a lot of us have different sides. And I know that I have learned a lot about myself in the past 4 years, especially because probably, like you said, being 40 plus, you do learn a lot about yourself. And I think that certain people cultivate that. Cultivate that. And I think that that certain people will bring that out in you.
Right.
And like, I've met men that, one in particular that kind of pulled me out, back out. I don't know what you would call it, like the goddess, if you will. And that's chemistry, right? So you have certain chemistry with people, and it will bring out another side to you.
Yes.
Because you can, if you're just not, look, you teach children all day long,
right.
And that's who you are, but, I always say I'm like, I have like we all have layers, right? Some of us more than others.
Right.
So once you start to peel back those layers and you start to see what somebody's like you first start talking to somebody, you start dating them or whatever, you're not usually having those type of conversations.
Right.
Although some people throw it right out there, of course. But usually
depends on what they're looking for.
Exactly. But a lot of times the ones that are confident and they want to feel you out and see what type of person you are. And you know, everybody's kind of clever, right? You have your way of making those little
throwing things in,
throw it in and see what response you get, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you could say something and somebody will be like, what, you know? And you know, like we threw in the choke and the you know, and some people would be like, oh my God,
she likes to be choked.
Yes, I know. My son keeps getting phone calls. I think that different people bring out different things, right? Mm-hmm. So you said on Instagram you feel more comfortable showing another side to you.
Right.
As opposed to, and so now maybe these people that are messaging you have this other side to them too, but they just didn't know because you're like this sweet, angelic, you know, Tracy, you're sweet and angelic. Sweet and angelic. Nobody knows that you're a bad girl.
Very bad girl.
Nobody knows you're a bad girl.
Yeah. Well, that could be true. I just post what speaks to me,
of course,
the way I'm feeling, and I didn't know I was going to get such a response.
Well, how do you think social media, I know I was looking at one of the feeds, and how do you think social media has impacted dating? And I mean, along with dating, I mean, I keep saying dating, but dating, smashing, as you said,
chilling, Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill. I don't know. I've never done that. You know, and I guess all that goes along with it, friends with benefits, more than friends with benefits.
Attached.
No strings attached. I don't know what none of this stuff means. But how do you think that social media has affected that?
Well, the thing is, you know, back in the day when there was no social media, so you either met someone through a friend, or you went out one night, you either were at a bar or a club, that's how you met somebody. Now, you can meet someone through social media.
Yep.
I generally, on Facebook, have never accepted friend requests from someone I didn't actually know.
Right.
The only friend requests I ever had, or people that I friended on Facebook, were DJs.
Right.
That's how I really came into knowing everyone.
Right.
Was through the DJs. Because I thought, they're a DJ and they're going to post events and that's okay. I didn't want to just be friends with some guy that I didn't actually know. Right. Now I do have a few friends that I don't really know. But on Instagram, even like I'm getting all these requests now that people want to follow me. And I'm like, no, delete.
They want to follow the bad girl.
But they can't see it because it's private.
But, and also it's, you know,
I think they just see a new girl pops up like, new to Instagram. And they're like, let me follow her.
I think Instagram also, especially if it's a new account, you don't have all your dirty laundry on Instagram. On Facebook, you know, if you've had the account, like I've had my account for 10 years, whatever it is. So, you know, there's pictures of my kid on there, you know, all that. So it's very different. You know, if you're going to, you know, have this alter ego thing, you got to watch. But you know what? With social media, with everything now, people can access you regardless. I mean, a crazy person can freaking look you up and they give you directions straight to your house.
This is true.
You know, so I mean, at this point,
all you have to do is Google somebody. That's what everything comes up.
Everything comes up. But I mean, it is funny because I think that now, because of dating sites and because of social media and because of all these things, the interactions are very flirtatious, just in the norm, and people just feel so comfortable now striking up conversations with strangers.
Right.
Like we were raised, don't talk to strangers.
Well, it's a virtual bar, right? Years ago, you went to the bar or you went to a club, and that's where you met people. So now everyone's at home,
right? And
they're on their computer or their phone, and that's how you meet people,
right?
So it's almost like back in the 90s when they had the party line, and what was that? AIM? Wasn't that thing called
AOL?
AIM? No, AIM. There used to be a thing called AIM, where you could, like, chat rooms. There were chat rooms. I never was on that.
I didn't do that.
So you would meet people in chat rooms. So now we've taken it from a chat room and we've brought it, social media, into it.
Right.
So now you meet people online, and then if you live locally, you might be like, meet me for a drink.
Right.
Let's go have coffee. Let's go have a martini or whatever it is. Or you go to an event, like a MiamiMikeRadio.com event.
I love you, Tracy.
And I have met so many people through the radio station, through Miami Mike.
Yep.
Because I wasn't friends with all of these people before.
Likewise.
You know, and now I can call Sonia Marie and tell her I'm coming to Orlando and she's going to tell me come over and come in my pool.
Absolutely.
You know, or Gianna.
Or ride my pole.
Yeah, she's going to take
me on my pole.
She's going to take me to a pole dancing class.
She's going to make you a real bad girl.
You know what I mean? I would never have known these people if it wasn't for social media, which led to an internet radio station.
Yep.
So this is the times now of meeting new people. And, you know, for women, right, because they have, you know, Match.com and all these dating websites.
Yeah.
So some women are like, you know, I don't have a lot of time. I'd rather sit at home and weed through these people, like look through these profiles and try to find someone.
I call it. It's like window shopping.
Right.
You sit there. It reminds me.
Swipe.
But you know what? Right. But you know what it reminds me of, especially like POF. They have the thing on the top, right? So now you're doing messages, and then there's like this carousel on the top of single guys. So it's like that is how society is now. It's like the dessert table. Like they come over and they have 13 desserts on there, right? And you look at it and you're like, can I see that one? Oh wait, does that have cream on the inside? Oh, does that have that? Oh, okay, yeah. I think
they all have cream on the inside.
They all have, or the outside. But you know,
depends on where you put it.
There you go. So I you know, like I feel like that's how society is now, and everybody's looking for the next best thing. And it is true that you can do this all in your living room. So you're sitting there and you are talking I had guys you're having conversations and they forget who they're talking to. So like they're having probably
because they're
four
talking
conversations,
to 4 or 5 people at a time.
Exactly. And then they get confused.
Yeah. Because my one friend, when I first got divorced, she's like, go on a dating website. And I'm like, I just got divorced.
Right.
I'm not looking for that right now. But she said she used to make weekday dates.
Okay.
So she'd meet someone for coffee on a Tuesday and then maybe, you know, have a drink on a Wednesday with somebody. And then she'd see who she met during the week. And then whoever she liked better, she'd make like a Friday or a Saturday night date.
That's
and
funny.
I'm like, okay, that's I'll keep it in the back of my mind, but I just wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that yet.
Well, there's a lot of people online, and I learned this when I was first online, is that a lot of people aren't actually looking to physically meet. A lot of people are looking for like a pen pal. Like they want to just message back and forth. And I find that peculiar. I guess that's where that what's that called? The fish thing? And the phone sex. That's another topic. Phone sex, that was one of my things.
Well, you can text stories, right? Sexting back and forth.
Sexting, phone sex, and what about FaceTime? You don't have an iPhone, but that's FaceTime.
Yeah, but you could do chat on Facebook. You could do video chat.
Can you?
On Facebook and Instagram.
On Instagram too. There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, I was not aware of this. But so, yeah, I guess, and all of these things are now, so you don't even have to physically meet the person. You can have a cyber relationship with them. You can text and message back and forth.
Right.
And then you can have sex with them on FaceTime.
That's okay too.
If
that's your thing,
right?
I think that's fine. And then maybe eventually you'll meet the person. Maybe you won't. But
a lot of these guys, I'm telling you, they don't.
Well, let's say 90% of them don't actually want to meet. Maybe 10% meet in person, and then whatever happens. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it if, again, they put it out there that that's what they want.
Right. No, they have to be honest.
It usually starts differently where it's, you know, there's one excuse after another excuse after another excuse why the initiation doesn't take place. So now you have like this emotional connection at this point because you've been talking to this person, you know, day in, day out, and you're getting to know them, and then all of a sudden they're never going to be, it's never coming to fruition because they're never going to do that.
You got to take it for what it is. You got to understand that that's what that is.
There's my Bronx girl. Take it for what it is. Take it from wherever it comes from. Take it from wherever it comes from.
That's your cyber friend. I do have a Facebook friend that I became friends with. I was in, on Facebook there's groups, and so back in the day there was this group. We only have 2 minutes left.
Well,
How do we only have 2 minutes left?
I'm telling you, it goes fast. That's why I say that.
Can we have more time, Miami Mike?
Yes,
Are we allowed to have an extra 30 minutes?
Oh, look, and she's saying it. Look at the eyes. Look in the camera at the mic like that.
Mike, can we have 30 more minutes? I'm not done talking yet. I have this Facebook friend. I'll try to be quick just in case he says no. I have this Facebook friend that there were groups on Facebook that I was in a few years ago that were secret private groups that were sexual groups.
Okay.
Of where people talked about likes and dislikes and they posted pictures. And so I became friends with this guy. And we're still friends, like, to this day. Like, I can call him for advice. I'll text him. I'll ask him things.
But you never physically
I've never met him. And he's very special to me. I love him for who he is and the advice that he gives me. But I actually never met him.
That's fine. Well, I mean, I have to say that I had, there's one guy that I knew. I met him once. But it was like the same type of thing. Like, they almost become like your best friend because you start talking. And I guess because there's no physicality, it's that emotional, connection. And there's really no face. I mean, there's a face to the name, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
It's so different. It's just so different to me. I'm still like having a hard time grasping all of that. And I think definitely the social media, I mean, now think about it. You go to date somebody, you stalk them on like Facebook or whatever. So now you meet somebody on a dating site and some of them like Tinder and them, you can connect it to the Instagram.
Right.
So normally before I'm swiping, I'm going to their Instagram because now I want to see their pictures. You want to see what they really look like because sometimes they put one or two pictures up. You want to see if like they love their mother, if they're actually single,
right.
Which again is something else that I don't get. How are you on dating sites and not?
There are dating sites for married men.
But that's different.
Crazy.
No, but it is crazy, but that's different because at least you know what you're walking into. You know you're dating a married man. That's on you. That's on him. But when you're legitimately trying to meet somebody and you don't want OPP and they're telling you like they're perpetrating the fraud, they're single, but they're not. That's where it's a problem.
Right.
If you are married and you're out front about it and you say, look, I'm a married man or I'm a married woman, I just need to get my rocks off. Okay. Then that's my decision or your decision, right? But you can't just say like nothing. Then all of a sudden they don't like at night you don't hear from them. Like do they think you were that stupid? Like we didn't figure that out.
Can't see you on a holiday.
Yeah, right.
New Year's Eve is out. No Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So now that's another question then. And Mr. Miami Mike has been kind enough to give us some extra time.
Yay. Thank you, Mike.
Yes, it must have been excited. It must have been the eyes.
I'm very excited.
So
look, I'm representing, sorry.
Show us your tits.
I got my Miami Mike radio
shirt
on.
Yes, you
today.
sure do. You sure do. So now what about like, game playing?
Laverne and Shirley. Bill Cole said we should be Laverne and
Shlomiel. Yeah, somebody chimed in on the feed and commented.
Thank you, Anthony.
Oh no, Keith said I'm supposed to say thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Anthony.
Well, I'm happy too.
Oh, I see that. I just
I'm
lost
sorry.
my train of thought. Where was I here? Oh, somebody commented on the feed. And they said that they couldn't deal with our accents. And then after that, he said that we should suck his, which was on this feed. Yeah.
Who did that?
Yeah. Well,
delete them, block them.
Yeah,
Who said that?
We'll have to scroll back. I did see it, but I didn't go.
Listen, then don't listen to two Bronx girls.
Yep, that's all. If you don't like it, shut the freaking volume. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume.
Next
swipe. Gotta go. So what about like game playing? Like, I
don't like games. Now when I'm like hanging out with a guy and I'll just be like, listen, I like you, you like me, you want to hang out, that's cool. You don't want to hang out, don't lie. Don't be like, lead me on and let me think, oh, he's busy tonight.
Right.
You're busy for 3 weeks in a row?
Right.
Maybe you are. Because sometimes I can't. I'm working and I'm busy too. I get that. But when you're no longer interested, just say that.
Right.
I would rather you be like, I met somebody else. I find him more interesting. I'm cool with that. Don't lead me on or ghost me. That's like
that's the worst.
I feel like, and then I feel like an idiot. Then I'm mad at myself. Like I'm texting him and he's not texting me back. I don't like that.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I don't like that at all. Like, just say, I'm not interested. And I'll move on, because let me tell you, there's another one waiting in the wings.
There you go.
So I don't need to be latching on to you when you're not interested.
Well, and the problem is that the reason why you might have been, and I don't think latching on is the right word, but the reason why you put your interest there was because they brought it
initially,
there.
Yeah.
Right. So,
and don't blow up my head either. I hate that too. Oh, we could do this, or we could do that.
Right.
Just be quiet about it.
Right.
And as things, take it one day at a time, and as things happen, you do whatever you're going to do. You say whatever you're going to say. You put stuff out there that day. Don't be like, oh, we're going to go on vacation. We're going to do this. We're going to do...
Right.
Don't tell me that.
Right. Don't paint a picture that's never getting colored in.
Because you don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Just leave it for tonight. Are we hanging out tonight? Okay, this is what I'm going to bring. I'm going to bring you a bottle of wine. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a good time.
Latex.
Okay. Bring some latex.
There you go. Well, that, and again, like, that's part of the whole, like, we were talking about earlier with, like, what I knew when we were single was, men like the chase, right?
Right.
And it seems that the bitchier the girl is, the closer up their ass the guys are.
That's true.
So, like, and I find that so interesting because I worked really hard to, like, shed my bitch. And so, like, I try to be kind. But at the same token, you gotta have a backbone.
No, you gotta be a bitch sometimes.
But you see, I don't get that because, like, the advice I was given years ago that I never forgot was somebody said to me, if you need to be a bitch, then you're not around the right people. You should be able to be who you are, and you should never need to be that bitch.
I hear that, but people mistake kindness for weakness.
Absolutely.
So you have to sometimes just be like, listen, you have to be upfront and blunt about stuff. Like, I have this one guy that, like, we're friendly. We, if we see each other out, we'll take pictures together. We have, conversations. He keeps direct messaging me on Instagram. Like, why aren't we together? Why aren't we together? I'm not interested.
Right.
I don't know how much more plain I can be.
What are the words you should use? Right?
And yet he still continues to hit me up. So at this point, I don't feel bad if I'm mean because I've already told you numerous times.
But that's not mean. That's just you've expressed yourself. That's different. That's not being a bitch. That's just, if you don't want to talk to somebody, you don't want to talk to somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing that it's like these games, like, you call, you don't call. Oh, they text you, like, they text you. Oh, okay, wait. Like, you look at the phone, you put the phone down, and you don't respond right away. What is that? If the phone is in your hand and you see it, respond to the text.
Right.
Like, that is so rude to me. And people,
especially if you're going back and forth, and then all of a sudden that last text never gets an answer.
Right.
When you're like, well,
right.
Is it a yes or a no?
Right. Hello. You didn't answer my question. Right. Exactly. And that's it. Just finish the conversation, or at least have respect for the other end, and that's the part that drives me insane, and that makes me want to choke somebody, not in a good way either. No. But now women also want to be pursued, right? Do you not? I mean, am I wrong?
I do like to be pursued, but I'm also, if I see a guy that I really think I'm interested in, like, I don't mind making the first move.
I understand that.
But I'm not going to keep on if I'm not getting anything back in response.
Well, you throw it out there because
I'll throw it out there. I make my
little
subtle...
Yeah, you do your little flirty
make my little comments,
the eyes.
And then, well, I can't help the eyes because I have to look at you.
No, but I mean the look. Not just the color of your eyes, meaning the look.
Right. No, and, I'll put it out there, or I'll give my number to somebody, which I rarely ever give my number to somebody.
Yeah, I'm not big. I know.
I don't like that. I'd rather take your number and make a decision and be like, well, I'll either hit you up or I won't.
Right.
I gave my number one time to this guy, and he kept on and on. Yep. And all day while I was at work, I'm like, I'm at work. That right there was a turnoff, because I have a job.
Right.
So why are you hitting me up all day long?
Right.
While I'm at work, and then be like mad that I didn't answer you.
Right.
I'm at work.
Right. Well, and again, this is, people think that...
Who wants to choke Karen Stacy in a non-sexual way? Me. Your 19th favorite DJ.
Yeah, I know. I'm always the joke. All right. So now, speaking of choking.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's talk about this whole 50 Shades of Grey thing. Okay. So like that was like the new thing, right? And when I was first dating, that's what a lot of people would message me and ask me if like, are you submissive? And my dating profile is like strong, pain in the ass, like everything is like as direct as could be. Like probably I thought that no one would want to talk to me. And my screen name for some of them is like XOXO Widow. So like I really like almost I made a joke out of it, if you will. You know what I mean? And so when I started getting these messages and people are asking me like, are you a submissive? And I'm like, and they didn't meet me, but it's like, have you met me? Like, and I go like in my head, I'm saying to myself, first of all, that's not something you just give. That's something you're earned.
Right.
I agree. That's something you earned. So you can't, if you're coming out right out of the freaking gate and you're like, are you submissive? That tells me right away that you're not dominant. So like that seems to be like that was the big thing. I think it calmed down now because I don't see that a lot any longer.
It's still there.
Okay, so maybe, I'm not smashing, there. So I don't know these things.
Well, the thing is, there are things that you may like sexually. You're not going to put it out there the first or second time that you're with the guy.
Right.
You got to hold back.
Right.
You can't put it all out on the table all at once.
Right.
But the thing is that if you're on a dating website, I get, that's a guy's way of maybe weeding through the girls that he figures, I don't want to be with her. So I'd rather just ask her now. Do you want to be choked? Are you going to submit to me? Are you going to, I think most girls nowadays are into choking. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it seems like it's the thing lately. I don't know. This is what I'm going based off what I read on the internet.
Right.
But
asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for a friend. I think that sometimes in the bed, you're the opposite of what you are in life. So some women are very submissive in life.
Right, that's true.
And then they tend to be dominant in the bedroom.
That's true.
And then some women are dominant, not necessarily dominant, but take charge and strong type of a personality. Right. And then in the bed, they like to be submissive.
Right.
Because they want to be the opposite of what they are all day long. If you're a CEO of some
they're
Fortune
usually
500
the ones that are getting the
company,
shit beaten out of them.
And, you're driving around in this car and you're like, a crazy person when you drive, you get home and you want to leave all of that behind. So you want to be submissive.
But a lot of the guys, like, think about it. A lot of those successful CEOs and all those guys, those are the ones that have, like, they want some girl's heel in their freaking ass. I mean,
they want to be submissive.
Those are the ones, but not just submissive. They want to be, like, abused. I mean, it's,
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
I am not one to judge.
No, there is definitely
I am not one to judge.
There is no judging anywhere.
Right.
It's to each his own.
Right.
But the issue is that if this kid doesn't stop, I hope that that's not coming up on the
Your son is very popular.
Yes, I know. You know what it is? He's trying to talk to, I guess, his friend, and it's interrupting because it's connected to my thing. So I apologize, and I don't know how to stop it. And yes, this is what happens when you have.
I want to choke a bitch in bed. Really, Miami Mike? Really? Really? You got to find the right girl, Mike.
Okay, there we go. Now I got it. I turned off the volume. See that? Okay. Now I shut off the volume on here.
Sick fuck. Ooh, I'm sorry.
There is no cursing allowed.
No cursing.
No
Sick
cursing.
F, Mike Irizarry. Yes, Anthony. Mike is sick.
Oh,
according to Anthony.
Yes, we're fully aware of that. Yeah, I am sorry for my yes, like you said, my son has a better social life than me, and my computer is hooked up to his phone. So,
that's good. You're parenting your son. That's very good.
Yes, thank you. I am trying to multitask at this point. I am parenting my son while we're talking about taking somebody's heel and sticking it in their ass. Yes,
on MiamiMikeRadio.com. You're listening to Real Talk with Karen Stacy.
Oh, thank you, honey. You sound so sexy.
Thank you.
So now, what are your thoughts on sexting?
I'm okay with sexting. I've done it before. I don't do it that often. I like phone sex, but it's got to really be with the right person.
See, you're good. I don't think I've had phone. I'm not good at that.
If it's the right person, phone. I used to have this friend. Oh my God, we had the best phone sex. It's been a while. We did it for a couple of years, and he was great at telling stories. Like,
yeah,
you gotta be good at telling a story.
Oh yes, I do know. Yes,
and
that's true.
I'm good with the sexting, like texting part of it. I'm not good telling a story like on the phone. I want to listen.
Yes, okay.
I want to be on the back end of it. You got to be telling me the story, and I can listen.
Right.
But as far as sexting goes, I can text and say all the things you want to hear.
I'm with you.
But I'm not good on the phone. I don't know why.
No, well, it's a strange thing. I mean, it's just if you're not a vocal, there are certain people that are vocal always, right? Mm-hmm. And they're just that person. And like if there were certain people, like you could have sex with somebody and they don't even say boo. Like there's no, like they barely moan maybe when they come and that's it, right? Mm-hmm. But there's not, and then there are other ones that they don't stop talking. They talk the whole time. So I
can be both. I could be quiet. Depends on what's going on. Sometimes I got to really think about stuff.
Like if somebody's hand was over your mouth, maybe you couldn't really talk.
That's true. That's true. But sometimes I'm concentrating. If you're really busy and I'm just like enjoying the moment, I might just be quiet for a couple of minutes.
Right.
But, I could be loud too.
Right.
And,
I'm shocked.
A hand over the mouth is always good if we're in a place where I shouldn't be too loud.
Exactly.
But, stab a bitch in the ass with a love.
Yes. All right. So now all right. So with the phone sex thing, so basically he was having phone sex with you and you were just participating.
Right. Right. He would tell a story. I would, give responses like, ooh, yeah, baby, or, whatever it was.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Whatever he'd ask me questions and I'd answer.
Okay. Okay.
But the ending was always fantastic. And, it always worked.
Okay.
It always worked.
Yeah. See, and now, so now you said, okay, with the, so you're better with sexting. Right?
I'm better with sex. For me, it's better sexting.
But now, as a woman, can you text and pleasure yourself at the same time?
Usually, if I'm sexting, I'm just sexting.
Yeah. So, but usually, if you're sexting with the guy, he's jerking off.
Probably.
Well,
Well, yeah.
Definitely.
Unless they're at work. Some people like to do this while they're at work.
You're kidding.
I am not kidding.
Oh, see, they all always got to, I didn't, okay. Good for you.
I'm not kidding.
Okay. Well, that's interesting, that they would do that at work. I mean, I guess that's like, so at that point. It depends
on the kind of
job. That's a little bit
of
but then maybe that's just a little bit of foreplay. That's different. I normally, most guys, they want to come. So when they're doing that, they want to come.
I don't have to play while I'm sexting. I'll save it for later, maybe, and then look at it and be like, well, I'm turned on now. And then I go in the bathroom, my happy place.
Your happy place is
happy place is the shower.
Okay.
And, take care of business.
Okay. All right. So, right, but see, that's the thing. But now, if you're on the phone, when you're...
Oh, then I'm doing... Then it's on. At the moment.
Then it's on.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
No, and then I can multitask.
You can multitask.
I can.
You see that? And they say blondes. Huh.
No. I was born a blonde, then it got darker. So now it's fake, but... Yeah, I can multitask.
No,
I can multitask.
That's a good thing. We should all be able to multitask. Yes. All right. Now, but you did say something about, you don't have FaceTime, but you said you have that chat thing with video.
You can video chat on Facebook.
Right.
And on Instagram.
Now, do you do that too?
I have done it on Facebook. I've video chatted on Facebook. I video chatted on Instagram, but just really more to have a conversation. It wasn't a sexual
So
thing.
The other one was a sexual thing.
The other one was one time, yeah.
See, I always feel like, first of all, I don't know. See, I don't know. I feel a little uncomfortable at that point. Like, what do you do? Where do you stick the camera?
Well,
where are you putting the camera?
I usually keep it from here up.
Oh, okay. So you're not videoing what you're phically doing to
yourself. No. I did once, but it was with someone that I was, like, with.
Okay, that's
not just somebody.
That's different.
I was with him.
That's different because I don't trust anybody. And you know what? I have a friend of mine many years ago, and, she was dating a guy, and pictures and, show me your tits, show me this, show me that. And, she sent pictures, and the guy ended up having a girlfriend. She got a hold of the freaking thing, and her picture was up on Facebook. Oh. Okay, so now this is...
Well, first of all, the guy was an amateur. Because obviously. You need a vault that you put all that stuff in that your girlfriend or wife has no access to. That's number one.
There you go.
Or you delete it. You look at it and you delete it. But that's a lot of work if you got a girlfriend.
Right, but obviously he was a jerk, and that's one thing has nothing to do with the other. And unfortunately, once it's out there, it's out there. So if the guy is a jerk... and you don't know if he's a jerk because maybe initially you think he's not, right? You think he's Rico Suave.
No, and then they're very charming in the beginning. A lot of them.
Yeah, hello.
And then you get to see, like, the true colors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's my point. So now if you're going, first of all, if you're video chatting with somebody and you're doing, you're playing, they can take a snapshot of that. So if you got the freaking como se llama hanging out, they can snapshot. They can do a snapshot of that. So, like, to me personally, like, I guess to each his own. But like you said, if it's somebody that you're dating or you're with, then
that's fine. But then, because there's Skype too. People can Skype.
Yeah, but that's true. And then I guess if it's not on your phone, it's not. You don't snap it.
I'm not. I love the phone sex thing only because this guy was really great at it. But as far as, like, the video chatting, I don't know. Like, I don't feel it's necessary. I'd rather you physically be with me.
Right.
If you're home and I'm home and we have nothing going on and you don't live 5 hours away from me, why can't we just chill and hang out? Like, why does it have to be, online or, like, on the phone?
Right.
Just come over or I'll meet you somewhere, That's better.
Right. No, of course. That's what I'm saying.
Physically is always going to be better than, like, virtual.
Yeah, hello. I should hope so. But that's, again, sometimes people don't physically want to meet. So, and that's what ends up happening. And so then you end up, doing all of these things, which I guess, has its pros and cons, right?
At times it does. But not all the time. I don't want that all the time. Sure. I need physical.
Right.
Like, majority of the time.
Right. Because for that matter, then, I did a show a couple of months ago. We did a sex show, and I was saying, like, I'm good. 3 minutes, I'm done.
Oh no, I'm a project.
You're a project.
I'm a project. The stars have to be aligned, and you have to know what you're doing. I need 3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours to do what?
Everything. You got to do everything. It's everything.
You need 3 or 4 hours before the stars align?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my God. Do you see what's happening here?
Nick wants to FaceTime
I know.
Noah.
I can't. This is just ridiculous, and I can't get off and start screaming at him. This is what happens when you're a mom and you're trying to have a show, and your child is very popular.
That's fantastic.
Yes, it absolutely is. So is there, I know there were a couple of things that you wanted to talk about. Did we cover those things?
I talked about all of that. With the younger men and borrowing money.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead.
Stands up and turn around. Well, okay. Wait, I have the Miami Mike shirt on. Wait. I don't know. Can you see? Can you see the Miami Mike on the back?
Oh, let's see.
Can you see
yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wowie zowie. Yep, we can see it.
That's Miami Mike DJing.
There you go. Mixed master flesh.
Yes. What I noticed, I have 2 jobs, so people think I'm just rolling in dough. And so I've had younger guys that are like, can I borrow money? And I was like,
hell no.
Borrow money? You must be out of your mind. Like, I understand, like I went on a date once. It was supposed to be a date, I thought. And then he was like, oh, I don't have any money. So I had to pay the bill. That we never had another date again after that.
Right.
But, I don't understand how, because you think that I have 2 jobs that I'm just, whatever, my money's my money. It's whatever I want to do with my money, whether I'm saving for retirement or paying my bills. My money, the reason why I like to work 2 jobs, A, it keeps me out of trouble.
Apparently not.
Well, I have time for a little bit of trouble. It keeps me busy. Idle hands, what is it? Idle hands create idle minds.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, keeps me busy. I like to work and I like to have money. I paid off all my debt after I got divorced. I was able to have some kind of a savings, and it also allows me to do the things that I want to do. When I want to go on vacation, I go. When I want to buy my something, I buy it. If I want leather boots, if I want red bottoms, I'm going to buy them because I don't need anybody to buy those things for me. And I don't want to have to ask anybody to buy those things for me. It's nice if you offer, but I don't have to ask. I just buy it myself.
Good for you. So
that's number 1. Number 2, if I understand people are like, well, if you're in a relationship, you should be there for the other person and you should be willing to support them when they go through rough times. And I agree with that. When you're in a relationship with somebody, if it's an established relationship with someone, yes, you're going to support them and you're going to want them to have their dreams fulfilled and have everything that they want.
Right.
But if I just started dating you like 6 weeks ago and now you're asking me to like pay your rent,
hit the road.
Goodbye. See ya. Yeah. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. So, I don't know if they see dollar signs. They're like, oh, she works 2 jobs. Yeah, I work 2 jobs. For me, not for you.
Yeah, but I think that the thing is, though, is that it's also, it also is a testament of who and what they are, is my point.
Right.
Because, there's one of those e-card things or memes or whatever, and it says, like something to the effect of, a woman doesn't need you to do these things, but they want you to. Like, you don't have to do something for somebody because you need them to. You do it because you want to.
You want to.
So, if you shouldn't want your girlfriend to have to freaking shovel the snow.
Right.
That's
right.
That's what you're supposed to do, and I guess it's a double standard, but I'm a little bit old fashioned, old school like that. And I believe that, men are supposed to hold the door.
I'll take out the garbage, but it would be so much nicer if you did.
Right. I do it. I don't like it. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. I'm actually annoyed at somebody that's supposedly my friend, because when we were out someplace, everybody was leaving, and I had gone to the bathroom, and his friend came to the bathroom. Well, not with me, but we walked together, and I assumed we were going to be walking back together. And I come back out of the bathroom, and everybody's gone. So I'm like, really? So now, was I capable of walking to the car by myself?
Right.
Of course.
But it's nice to have somebody walk you.
But is it nice that you're, and when I text them, because you know me, I don't hold my tongue, and I said, what the hell, where are you? Like, make sure I get to my car, right? Oh, you're a big girl. You'll be fine. And I said, you're such a gentleman. And yeah, you're right. I am a big girl, and yeah, I will be fine. But you know what? How about being a man? How about being a stand-up man? And how about making sure that a bear doesn't eat me on the way to my car?
Right. No, it's true.
And so I just have an issue with that. I don't think that's cool. I don't need you to walk me to my car. I don't need anything. And most of the times I will tell people, I'm good. It's okay. I'm good. But you know what? It is nice. And to me, that is a huge turn on. That shows the caliber of a person. I'll walk you to your freaking car.
Right.
I want to make sure you're okay. You're texting me. We're texting each other. Are you safe? Are you good? You're all right? Okay, yeah. That's the way it's supposed to be, because first of all, people should be human. And I don't care whether you're a man, a woman, whatever. But especially a man. I think that's a turn off. No?
It is.
Because
it is.
You're a big girl. You can do. Yeah, you're damn right I am. Of course I'm a big girl.
At least make the offer. Do you want me to carry your bag? Do you need help with anything? Let me say no if I don't need it. But to offer shows me part of who you are.
And to take that a step further, you don't offer and you freaking dip. And then when you get called on it, you turn around and say, you're a big girl.
Oh, no. Next.
She's swiping again.
Next.
Swiper. No swiping.
Next.
All right. So then basically we discussed the fact that so no, we don't want what is this? No scrubs, right? Is that what it is?
No. And I'm not materialistic. I don't need to go to a $400 dinner, but don't expect me to start picking up all the checks and paying your rent and lending you money. And meanwhile, you have the latest phone and the best sneakers and no.
Well, it was actually, it's funny that you say that. I went a while back. I remember I met somebody and I was meeting him at a place and, all he talked about was how much money he had.
That's a turnoff too.
Right. But he was like a show off, about, I this car and I have this house and I have this and I have this and I have that. So we had, I don't know how much, I do know. I think the bill was maybe $80 or whatever.
That's nothing.
So right. And so the bill comes, he didn't drink. And so I had one or two drinks or whatever. I wasn't really digging him, but you got to kind of work through the evening, right? So now it's time to go and the bill comes and he goes, oh, I don't have enough for this. I only have whatever. He took out $50 from his pocket. So I thought he was joking because he spent the whole time making it sound like, he was this big man on campus. And then he's like, I don't have any money. And I'm like, well, what about a credit card? What do you mean? And he's like, I don't have it. You got to, make up for
And what if you had no money?
Right. And so now, and you know what? I would never say that, but I didn't. And I was like, so you know what? I was mortified and I had to put it on a card that I had because I didn't have any money on me. And I was so mortified and couldn't wait to get out of there that I actually left my credit card there because I just was done. And then he ended up going back in after I had left because I guess his car didn't start or whatever happened. And he ended up with
that was his karma.
And then he had my credit card. He's like, oh, the girl gave me your credit card. I guess you want it, right? I canceled that bad boy the second I got home. I said, don't worry, I'm good. And he had the balls to call me a number of times, when are we going to go out again? And he was like, don't be mad at me. It's don't act like it's that much money. It's not the money.
It's that you talked all this smack about having all this cash.
Exactly. It's not about the money. It's about the principle. Because you know what? If you're a real man, you would say, listen, give me 5 minutes. I got to go run and get money. There's no way in hell I'm going to let you pay for this. Or follow me. I need to make sure I give you this money. Or the following day, somebody, coming back. Because that just shows the character of the person. It has nothing to do with how much money it is. Because, whatever it was, $40, whatever it was, it's not making a break-in. But it's just that fact. Again, it goes back to the thing of you're a big girl.
No.
We're all big girls, but big girls wanna. What's that thing? I'm what's the meme that says I'm strong, but every once in a while I'd like somebody to tell me everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I get frazzled sometimes.
No kidding.
And in a relationship, I expect the other person to know when
balance
I need to be calmed down.
Yep. Or thrown against the wall.
Exactly. Whatever it is I need at the
Whatever
moment.
it is. And that's the truth. And that is where life takes us. So I want to make sure that I covered everything with you because I had a lot of notes here.
I know. I had notes too.
Yeah.
You
have another
one?
I
had a 3-try rule. The 3-try rule?
3-try?
That's not the 3 kiss. That's not the third date.
That's not the 3 kiss. All right, what's the 3-try?
So, you know how kids are very picky when it comes to food. So a lot of times when you first start trying food, you don't like it the first time. So I always tell people you have to try things 3 times sometimes before you could say, I don't like it.
I agree.
So it's like avocado. I don't know how many times I had avocado and I just kept going back. And then finally one day I was like, oh my God, it's so good. Now I love avocado. It's all I eat. But it's the same thing sometimes with sex, I feel like. So sometimes, the first time is usually awkward. you just kind of want to get it over
with. Oh, you mean with the person? Okay. Yeah.
So you just kind of want to get it over with. Okay. And then maybe the second time is a little bit better. And then by the third time, you should know.
Yes.
What are we doing here? It's either really good or it's not good. And then after the third time, you don't have to do it again. Now, also sometimes there's one and done.
Right.
One and done sometimes happens, and you have it that one time, you think it's going to be good, and then it's terrible. And right. You don't even want to go there for a second time.
Right. Yeah, no good.
No. So, 3-try rule. I like that.
3-try rule. Okay. Yeah. I think that's a good...
People should get a third shot sometimes.
Well, that's a long time with you, though, because it takes you 3 dates to even kiss somebody.
Yeah. It might be 6 weeks. If it's once a week, it could be 6 weeks.
Right.
Could be 2 months, 3 months.
Right.
Depends. That's only if I really want to date you. If we're just smashing, we're smashing.
Again with the freaking smashing. I don't know. I mean, I'm telling you, see, you're better than me because I don't want to put myself in that. Like, I don't.
No, I hear you. I never thought I would sleep with someone without being in love.
Oh, no, that I don't have an issue with.
But the last couple of years, I'm just like, well, let me try it. I like them. Let's see how it goes. If there's chemistry, I'll try it. But then if I don't like it, I'm out the door.
Right. No, and chemistry is key. But I'm just saying, like, I've gotten to the point where, like, now I'm just like, like I said on my that sex show, I mean, 3 minutes, I'm going through a lot of batteries, but 3 minutes, I'm good. And why do I need to go through all that and deal with maybe it's good, maybe it's not good? I'd rather do that than have bad sex. And I'm just bad sex is very rampant out there.
Somebody told me bad sex is like bad pizza. Like, you'll eat bad pizza and it's okay, but bad pizza is better than no pizza?
Yeah, see, I don't agree with that. I would rather... I
didn't say that. My friend said that to me.
I don't like that. I feel that that's a waste of time. And I could use, I said...
Believe me, there have been times I was with someone and was like, okay, I could have lived without that. I could have done without that. But sometimes you think it's not going to be that good, and then it is, and then you're pleasantly surprised.
Right.
And that could lead to other things.
True.
So.
True. But
sometimes you got to give it a shot.
Yeah. Boom. Or get a shot, however you want to call it.
Yeah. Have a shot and then give it a shot.
There you go. Yeah. So on that note, I think I don't know, I was trying to see on the feed if there was, I know people were asking certain questions.
I know, we missed all the questions.
And yeah, it's hard to
go back.
It's hard to go back. I know that there were certain ththings that people wanted us to discuss, but I know I did see that someone had about the social media, and we talked about, I think somebody said about posting pics. I think we talked about that too. So yeah, so now what do you do like the like if somebody tells you like send me a do you take a picture of do you send?
Generally for me, I keep everything classy. I try to. There's very few like naked pictures of me. I don't usually send those. And if you get one of those, you're very special because I don't generally send those types of pictures to people. And it has to be a certain caliber of a person to where I know, like, this jerk is not going to go online and be like, look at Tracy. And, but I usually don't even take those kind of pictures. Right. I don't take downtown pictures generally for the most part. Downtown pictures do not exist. There's a couple. I have a couple, I'm not going to lie. And there may be 1 or 2 people that have actually received those. But it's got to be somebody that I really trust and know that they're not going to do anything with those pictures. And my face and downtown are never in the same picture ever. Right. You wouldn't know it's me. I could just lie and be like, it's not me.
Oh, there you go. This is true. Right. Right. Yeah. Unless you have tattoos.
I do, but I don't.
They're usually they're not in your downtown area.
They're not in that area. They're not in that area. Anthony Mangini, I will never post the pictures. Check your inbox. Check your inbox.
That's all. It's all about the inbox. It's all about the box.
It is. The box and the inbox.
No, my. Exit and enter.
Yeah. I mean, pictures are fun. And then I like to dress up. I love, lingerie and wearing outfits, and there's always a playlist, and I make a whole production out of it. If I like you, if I really like you, there's a production. It's like a movie.
Role play?
No, not necessarily role play. I make a playlist based on the person. So what do I think he would like? What do I think he would like to hear? What do I want to hear? And I kind of blend the two together. And there's a sequence that the songs are put in purposely in my head of what's going to happen. And then it's like I'm directing a movie.
Wow. I like that. That's very thoughtful.
I do an outfit. Sometimes there's more than one outfit. There's like a pregame outfit.
Okay.
Right. So he first gets there. I have my robe on. I take the robe off. I got the pregame.
Okay.
And then I go and I change and I put the real outfit on.
The real one.
The real one.
Okay.
Like, the special one.
The
special outfit.
Nice. Wow, I feel really inadequate right now.
Why?
What, you mean a long t-shirt isn't good?
No.
I'm kidding.
No,
I have not had an encounter like that. I can't even, it's been 100 years.
Yeah. But only special people get that. Like, not everybody gets
Well, you're lucky you've met special people.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And, and based on the response that I get, some guys are really into that. So then the more they like it, the more it turns me on, the better it is for them.
Of course.
Exactly.
Of course. That's, without saying. I mean, positive reinforcement.
Yes.
Positive reinforcement. All right. So I think, did we cover everything?
I think we covered everything.
I think so, right? I mean, we didn't really get into the whole shades of gray thing that much, though, with that.
It either happens or it doesn't happen. The guy has to do it right, because you could choke somebody and you could hurt them.
Right.
It's got to be right.
Right.
You got to listen to her breathing.
Right.
Listen to the way she breathes. You'll know if you're doing it right.
There you go.
I need to be able to breathe. I should be able to get choked and breathe at the same time. That's the whole key to choking.
Well, the key is also to semi-pass out while it's happening.
Yeah.
But not die.
Tighten, release. Tighten, release. That's the key. I had this guy do it one time. I thought I was going to die. Like, not die literally, but die physically. What happened?
Oh, did my iPad just die? Speaking of dying.
You died?
What happened?
Right at the good spot, too.
Right at the good spot. At the sweet spot. Something just happened.
Oh, no.
I think we went off.
Did we go off?
I don't know. Well, we're still on Miami
Facebook
Mike Radio.
cut us off.
We're still on my. Did it? Maybe we got too.
Too racy.
Too racy. I don't even know. All right. See if you can get to. I don't know. Where do I gotta go here? What? That was weird that happened.
I don't know.
Yeah. What happened with that? Oh, let's see. We're trying to get back on Facebook Live, guys. I'm very sorry.
Facebook police got us.
Maybe they knew you were a dirty girl. And they got rid of us. Okay, here we go. Where are we? We're almost back. We have to at least, honor everybody and get back on there.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? We are very sorry. These freaking technical difficulties. Damn it. All right. Let's see if we got this right. Are we crooked? Rotate your thing. Wow. What the hell happened? It really did not cooperate here. Let's see. There we are. Okay. All right, we're back. We're on a different angle now. We're back at a different angle.
Closer. Wait, you can see my MMR.
Get closer. All right. Well, I think be careful. Don't.
I don't want to unplug anything.
Don't mess with my mic. Damn it.
Don't mess with the mic.
Everybody wants my mic. Yeah, we lost everybody that was on.
Sorry.
Yeah, they all have to come on.
Technology's only good when it works.
That's it. Like everything else. All right. Well, I guess we lost them, and it's all good.
They're still there. They're listening. Everybody's listening.
Yeah, so they're listening live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. So, I think, did we get as much?
I think we covered more or less
we got out what we wanted
that I wanted to say. I don't have anything to add. This was fun.
It was fun, right?
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for Mike for giving us extra time.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yes, much appreciated. Yeah, you see, it's funny because everybody says that. Like, you'll go, 55 minutes and you're like, wait a minute, there's 5 minutes
Well, I
left?
do think this show should be at least 90 minutes. I think you should go till at least 8:30.
Well, when we have good, when you have good people to talk to. It's easy to talk.
You don't want dead air either. So that's
never.
Fun.
But with me, there'll never be dead air.
But you don't want it to be a one-woman show either. You want to be able to have somebody that could go with you,
right? Well, unless of course, we already know I am a one-woman show.
You are.
We discussed that already.
You are.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
No, but it's definitely. I mean, except my rants. I do enjoy my rants, and I like when I do my rants and people talk to me on Facebook and stuff, and then I can go back
that's
and
different.
forth.
You can do that.
That's fun too. But yeah, an hour and a half of me ranting is probably dangerous, but it's all good. All right, so first of all, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We appreciate you hanging out with us for this hour and 43 minutes. Yay. My God, that's a long time. I hope you guys were drinking. I drank water this evening, which is probably why I've been so tongue-tied.
I had Stoli vanilla with club soda.
Oh, yum.
Yes.
So just now, I know that I saw some, well, let's go through first. We have Mondays on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We have Mondays, The Ride Home with DJ Paulie, a.k.a. the Portuguese Prince, from 6 to 9. We have Mind Candy Mondays with DJ Rob Mush from 9 to 11. Mm-hmm. Then we have me, Real Talk with Karen Stacy.
7 to 8.
Tuesdays or 7 till we shut the hell up.
Whenever Miami Mike says we could get off.
Right, when Miami Mike doesn't yell at me. And then Wednesdays is DJ Lady E at 7 p.m. Yes. And then the Mayhem Loyal Listener Show is right after that with Hamilton's R and May with a different Loyal Listener guest each week from 8:30 to 11:30.
That's a great show.
Yes. And then the Traffic Jam is on Thursdays with DJ Michael Anthony from 4 to 6. And then Fridays, we have Steve.
Right. New addition to the Miami Mike Radio family. He's been dominating the
DJ
airwaves.
Simply Nice. Yes, he's
filling
been
in
on a
here
lot.
And there. Yep, popping up.
Yeah, he's on 8 to 10 on Fridays. And then it's Friday night sessions with Tony Sinapi, which is like 10 to midnight, I want to say, or God knows when. And then Saturdays is the Ghazi Show with DJ Ghazi. From 8 to 10 p.m. We have Anthony Mangini also. He does pop-ups depending on the day, right? And then also we have Gino Saffarelli. Yeah, and he's on, I don't know when, but he's on, I think, a daytime thing.
DJ Steve Simply Nice also has a Tuesday at
from
1 p.m. 1 to 3, I think it is.
Yep, 1 to 3 as well, right? I have to add that to my list here. And also this weekend, even though nobody actually told me, I saw it on Facebook, so it must be true. Right. Noma Social.
Anthony's doing a pop-up on Friday at Noma
with Serge.
With Serge, I believe. He's coming in this weekend again.
Yeah.
And for those of you that I'm sure everybody knows, he's going to do the Halloween show with Tia on the 27th and DJ Serge. So that's 3 weeks of Anthony Mangini.
Oh my.
And then Saturday night, Tia has an event at Dory's Family's Restaurant.
You're going to take over my show.
I'm following everything. I know everything.
Well, do you know who's hosting that?
Karen Stacy is hosting the show on October 20th at Dory VB's Bella Gianna's restaurant.
You are very good.
Yes.
See that?
I pay attention. Sometimes I pay attention.
That was a perfect enunciation as well. Yes. So this Saturday night, I know we're kind of sold out at this point, but we can always squeeze somebody in if you guys want to come. Are you coming?
I have to work.
Oh, that sucks.
And I don't know if I'm going to get out early enough to make midnight, because I know it's from like 8 to midnight. I think Dory's thing is 8 to midnight.
Like 7, maybe not that late. 7:30 to something.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to make, I usually can make Noma because it goes to 4 a.m.
Yes.
So even if I get out at 11 or 12, I could still make Noma.
Yes.
I'm probably not going to make Dory's thing, unfortunately. No. But I should make Fridays. I should make Fridays, and I already have my ticket for Tia's Halloween thing. I have 2 outfits. I have 2 costumes I have to decide on.
Oh boy! Well, bring them both since you like to change anyway.
That's true. That's true.
We'll do you double one.
One of them's a lot of work though, so I'd have to like really just go there dressed as that.
One, right?
But and then it's also like a one-piece jumpsuit kind of thingy, and I don't know if I want to deal with that all night.
Gotcha.
So once I start drinking, I don't want to be dealing with a zipper.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. Well, last year, I think it was Catwoman, and I had like the mask and stuff, and I had a whip. So Rob McCabe was, he asked me, because this is the leather, she's doing like black leather
and lace. Mm-hmm.
And so, I said, did I hear like leather? Check. Miami Mike Radio? Check. Anthony Mangini, DJ Surge? Check. So I was in, and now I said, and with Rob McCabe, I'm going to, special request, because I was whipping everybody with that thing.
Oh, okay.
I freaking love that thing. I hope I better find
it.
You're
really like a dom. You really are a dom.
Maybe a little bit. Don't tell nobody. You never know. Well, you know what? Like you said, there's two sides to everybody, right?
Right.
But I hope I will hope to do that. And if I do, I will make sure to definitely whip you, because now I know you'll like it.
I do like it. Only sometimes, though. It just depends.
Right.
Depends on my mood.
Right. Absolutely.
Listen, I can go either way. I like both ends of the spectrum.
So. Vanilla or...
I'm vanilla, I'm chocolate, I'm everything in between.
Oh, my.
I'm innocent and I'm crazy all at the same time.
And won't melt in your mouth, only in your hands. Or melt in your... Wait, that's probably the opposite, right?
I go with the flow.
Hey, you know what, and that's what life is about, and that is definitely part of what we were talking about today is dating. In your and not even just dating, just living, right?
Living life
in your 40s. Like this is what it means.
Listen, what you like on Friday, you might not like on Saturday. So listen, you might not be here on Sunday. So have a good weekend and live life. Just enjoy,
Well, certainly. Tomorrow is never promised. That's a given. And yeah, I mean, you were saying that earlier, something to that effect earlier today. And I now that we have some extra time, Anthony told us not to go off.
I'd like to get off, Anthony.
Oh my. And she's not doing it on my mic. So don't get off of that.
It's beautiful.
Get off my mic. Everybody wants my freaking mic. It's mine and I don't share.
Okay. She's not sharing.
I'm not sharing. But what I was going to say is that we were talking about like you were saying like how married people, we were talking about kissing and this whole smashing nonsense. Mm-hmm. And that a lot of married people don't kiss. And, obviously, I was married and I thought my husband was hot as shit. I mean, I would pick him anytime, any place, hands down, always. But when you're married and then you have a kid,
life gets in the way.
It's like, you
got bills, the house, problems,
a child that, I'm not sleeping and he's texting me, like he's sexting me, telling me I just had a dirty dream about you and blah, blah. And I'm like, I just changed a dirty diaper, and that's life. And
right.
Like I would tell my clients and they're like, Karen, you can't do that. I'm like, I don't want to change dirty diapers.
Right.
He's having dreams about me and I'm changing dirty diapers. And, that's the truth. Unfortunately, life does get in the way and you definitely have to stop and make sure it doesn't. So,
right.
Exactly. With two outfits and all of those things are important because first of all, you just self-proclaimed that you're comfortable in your own skin. Mm-hmm. So, you know what? Now, would you have worn those outfits? Did you do this always?
No. I used to throw on like a little, nightie or, I tried. My ex-husband, he liked simple things, like a little sports bra and some cute panties. He liked that. And that was fun.
And that's sexy too.
If that's what he liked, that was fine. But I didn't go all out and make the effort that I make nowadays because I feel more comfortable and I feel sexy now.
Right.
I didn't maybe feel that way before. Even though he never complained about what I look like if I gained weight or lost weight. He never cared. But
right.
I feel more sexy.
Well, you're empowered now.
And so I'm willing to go the extra mile. And when I buy an outfit and I'm like, oh, so-and-so would love this. Or, I'm going to wear this night. And with these shoes and these stockings and, whatever it might be. I'm going to go all out, You just better appreciate it.
Right.
If I don't get any feedback, then it's done. I'm done.
It's over. Swipe. Swipe. Done.
Why can't I get a girl with two outfits? I don't know, Anthony. I don't know. Why can't you get a girl with two outfits?
I think they should write that sounds like a song.
With the music that Anthony plays, he should just have all these girls like coming to him with like 50 outfits. I don't get it.
What makes you think they don't?
They should. If something's not working, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Anthony.
Oh, come on. Yeah, poor Anthony.
Number one, when you're a DJ, you got to figure, like, most DJs, they get girls. Even when they don't look so good, right? Ugly DJs still get girls because they're DJs. Then if you play banging music, you're going to get more girls. You're gonna
get banging.
You're gonna be banging because you play banging music.
Yeah, that's it, right? I guess so. But
Tia's on. Hi,
yes.
Tia.
Hello. Tia. She already did your promo. Did everything. They don't need me. No girls, Anthony. No girls like me.
I don't believe that.
Oh,
I love Anthony.
Oh, see, there you go, Aunt. Maybe you can get 3 outfits.
The DJ always gets the girl. Yeah. Well.
The dancers never get nothing. That's funny. Hey, listen, that's why I always say I'm with the DJ or I'm with the band. It's very funny. But yes, like you said, I definitely think assumption and judging needs to be like someplace other than like in life, right? You shouldn't judge.
No, because, and like people are... there's what they portray. Maybe some people are shy or they're insecure or they feel a certain way. And then, it just takes something to bring it out or you need to notice something. It's same thing at work when there are kids that are very shy and very introverted. And then it just takes that one staff person to kind of bring them out. It's the same thing with people and us as adults. There are people that probably were brought into this life through the radio station, I believe. Like, maybe introverts in their home and, I love this music. I love house music. I love to dance to this. And Miami Mike somehow brought that out of them. And then they started going to events and then they met all these people. And now they're social butterflies. But maybe they weren't like that before.
Right.
So, you
have to be exposed to something to know whether or not you like it.
You have to be able to read people and think, not, I don't like this person. They're not talking to me. She must be a bitch. Right. It doesn't mean that person is a bitch. It just means maybe they're a little introverted. Maybe they're shy. Maybe they don't want to come out of their shell. I'm pretty sure that there are plenty of girls that maybe never really went out. And then they were listening at home, online, and they were like, maybe I'll try to go to a Miami Mike event,
Right.
And then they went, and then they had a great time. Right. So, and then because everybody's so friendly and so nice, it's, hi, I'm Karen, I'm Tracy, I'm Gina Marie, I'm Rochelle, I'm Dory. Everybody's very friendly.
Right.
And so you're going to be welcomed into the fold. I came in late in the game. I came in only because of Tina DeMeo, and everyone welcomed me, and, I didn't really know everyone at first, but now I do, and now I'm having a great time.
There you go. Well, that's what it's all about. So it's just about it's tapping in. That's what it is, and it's exposure, and that's exactly what I said a few minutes ago, right? Sometimes you meet people, and they bring out different parts of you, right? So you and I are going to have a different conversation than you're going to have with Amory,
right?
So and especially when you start to see that people have certain similarities that you didn't actually know that they had,
right?
So it all just one thing. It's like a snowball effect, right? One thing after another.
Right. Well, look at the boat ride, right? Bill Cole, drove from like
Guam. He lives in
deep
like Guam,
in Jersey,
right? Yeah.
To like hang out with us.
That's awesome.
Like, he was great. He's so much fun. He's so supportive of the station.
Yep.
And he was, so much fun that night. And I tried to mingle with everybody. It was really hard. Ruben Casado, who lives all the way out in Long Island, he came out that night.
Yep.
And, because usually there's like that core group of us that live within like close to Noma.
Yes.
It's easy for us to get there. But not everybody could just get there.
Right.
And that boat ride, brought some people together that probably wouldn't normally have gotten together. And it's because people like Glenn Fisher, and they want to follow Anthony Mangini, and they like Miami Mike radio station, and and I was so against the boat ride. Like, I do not want to go on a boat, but I was like, it's Mangini. Like, I have to go on the boat. Took my drugs and I went on the boat.
There you go.
So
take drugs, start drinking, and listen to music.
If you wanna, have a good time and be social, and you have to make sure that you come to an event. If you're within like an area where you could drive to the event,
even if you're not, I mean, Noma's in a hotel. You freaking drive.
Right, you can make a weekend out of it. You could stay overnight and not drink and drive and have a good time, and I love it because it's convenient for me, but it's a great space. You know, it's a really great space. It's not too small. It's not too big. It's, you know, the drinks are good, you know, because I always measure too on where I'm going. Like, you know, if they don't give me any alcohol in my drink and I'm paying $14 for it, I don't like that. So Noma's good with the drinks, and you know the music's going to be good. And you know you're going to have a good time because you're just going to meet everybody and everybody's going to be very friendly.
Right. Did somebody pay you to say all this?
No.
I'm kidding. No. I'm only kidding. No, absolutely. And we are very blessed, and we are very grateful and appreciate all of our listeners and all the loyalty and the kind words and the support that everyone, you know, gives all of us. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we all like to have fun, right? Because without you guys, we would be talking to ourselves. We would be playing music,
the majority of my social life right now is all based on Miami Mike radio events, basically.
And smashing.
Sometimes I don't smash. I go to more events than I do smash. Oddly enough, believe that or not.
There you go. That's okay. It's all good. All right. Well, I think that we're good now. I think we've covered all.
We've talked for 2 hours.
We've talked for 2 hours.
Thank you, Mike, for giving us extra time.
Everybody has a headache now.
You're going to be like, I don't want to hear another person from the Bronx for like another 3 weeks.
And I was just about to say, you guys are screwed, because next week I actually have 2 guys coming from the Bronx.
Yay.
Old school guys, Bobby Mango and Anthony Savidio. And if you think the accents, although, well, no, I guess it sounds better from a guy than a girl, right? I don't know.
An accent? No.
The Bronx accent?
The only thing that sounds really hot on a guy is like a London accent.
Oh, yeah,
like
that's
Australian.
Hot.
Yeah,
that's hot.
That's hot.
That's hot. Yeah, but I have more Bronx in the house next week, and that we're gonna definitely be talking old school.
Bronx people like to hang out.
No doubt, and also I'm gonna get them to one of the events too, but. Also, it's real talk, because there's no filter here. There's no script. And as you know, because if there was a script, we would have ran out of it an hour ago.
That's true.
So, you know, and it isn't easy. Like I was trying to explain to you, you can't read a feed. You can't respond to people because you're talking live. Right. And every time you try to respond to somebody, you lost your train of thought. No. It's not easy.
It is.
So forgive us, as I say, if we don't get back to you on the feed, or we don't get back on you know, anything. It's certainly not because we don't want to. I always try to get back to everybody later on. But unfortunately, it's very difficult to talk, keep your train of thought, and interact at the same time. So, you know, thank you. And sometimes I am distracted because I'm trying to make technical stuff and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Which I have no idea what the hell I'm doing with that, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Tracey. It was a pleasure. I'm so glad that you came. I brainstormed and I called you up and I said, I have an idea for a show. And I'm glad that we did it. And hopefully you'll come and we'll do it again. We'll find some other topics. This was fun. Right?
I could talk about a lot of different things. Well, I could even, you know, because I work in special ed, I could come and do a whole 2 hours on special ed and talk about that too.
And you know what? That's also something great too, because a lot of people don't know what any of that means. Yeah. So, you know, this show, hopefully,
that's the other side of me.
The other side.
That's the professional career girl.
So Tracey could teach you how to choke someone without killing them, and how to make sure that your child can speak properly.
Yeah.
See that? It's
getting the proper services that they need.
Yes, which is huge, because I've done that too, but you can't have those 2 conversations.
No, that's 2 different shows.
Two different shows. Definitely. Well, I will see you guys hopefully. Well, Friday night is Anthony Mangini again at and DJ Surge
at Noma.
The boss, yes, at Noma. In New Rochelle, 1 Radisson Plaza. And I don't know if Mr. Miami Mike will be in the building. I didn't get that information. And that's Friday night.
Yes.
And then Saturday night, I will be at Bella Gianna's with Dory and Tia. And I will be the hostess with the mostest on the mic. And we're going to listen to the kid Chris Ruggiero singing. And
he's only 19.
Yes, I know.
I saw that, yeah.
And we're going to hopefully...
A little hot young one.
Oh my, yeah. Here we go.
He's below the cutoff.
He's not...
He's below the cutoff.
I don't know if...
You got to be able to go into a bar and have a drink.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I can't.
I don't know.
19's too young.
Yeah, thank you very much. I couldn't do that. I can't. I love you. And so come have a drink, come eat, do whatever. I know we're almost sold out, but, I could pull a few strings. So, get in touch if you want to come. And then next weekend, again, on the 27th, we have the Halloween party where I'm going to be whipping everybody. And Tracy's going to do 2 outfits again. She might.
Maybe I could swing 2 outfits. Maybe. You never know.
2 outfits, Sally.
I'll bring a duffel bag.
Yeah.
We could hide it behind the DJ booth, and I'll go and make a change.
Oh my, yes, there you go. And I'll be whipping everybody. And don't miss that. It is at the Coliseum.
Yes. In White Plains.
And I believe it starts at like 8.
8:30.
8:30. And I know it's going
late.
It's
open till 3.
It's going till 3. 3
a.m.
Because there is the freestyle
concert before at
the Westchester County Center. So that's going to be the after party there. So if it's quiet, we're coming. We're coming, and I'll make sure I have my whip with me. And I think that's all I know right now. I'll cue your club and concert calendar. Usually that's Louis Natrella.
Yeah. If you got to work, call in sick.
Yeah, exactly. Take the day. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening for this whole 2 hours. My Lord. I think we talked more than me and Tia.
Really?
Yeah.
I gave Tia a run for her money?
Oh, my. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Anybody that can keep up with me is pretty good.
Thank you.
No, thank you. And thank you for sharing and being open with us about everything. I told you I would be gentle.
Yes, she was. Thank you. Thank you all for listening. I had a lot of fun being here. And thank you to Karen for inviting me. And thank you for giving us extra time, Miami Mike.
Yes, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. Have a good week.
Good night.
We'll see you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk with Karen Stacy live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. Thanks for staying with us, and thanks for the support. We all love you.
Good night.
Good night. Alrighty.